As of right now, I know a lot of us are in quarantine and we're looking for cheap meals and cheap ways to eat, and sometimes that can be difficult when you are on a dairy-free diet. So I kind of wanted to just do this video because yesterday I went to 3 different grocery stores and I did a really big grocery spree. I spent about $100 on the groceries that I got, but I got 2 massive bags full of dairy and egg-free groceries, and I thought that I would share that with you guys and kind of tell you like what I've been using each thing for, and yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do today. So I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. The first thing I got, very simple, I got whole grain bread. I did not realize that a lot of breads actually, well, I don't know if I want to say a lot, but I didn't realize that there were breads out there that had egg and dairy product in it. So once I figured that out, I started specifically looking for bread that does not get made with those products. So this is what I've been picking up. I usually use bread for toast or for sandwiches. Mostly toast though. I tend to eat a lot of toast in the morning, so that's what I've been using this for. Next thing that I have on my grocery haul is peanut butter, which again, I mostly use for toast. I don't have a lot of other uses for this. Sometimes I put it on oatmeal. I believe this is from Trader Joe's. Again, it was like $1.50, super cheap. Oat milk, which I go back and forth. Sometimes I do coconut milk and sometimes I do oat milk, but I kind of just discovered oat milk within the past few months and I really, really like it. And I've been buying this consistently since like November or December. So this is from Trader Joe's, I believe, just a couple dollars. The next thing that I picked up were these gluten-free spinach wraps. Obviously I use these for wraps. I put things like avocado and sprouts and hummus on these, and these were only a couple dollars. Next thing that I picked up were these rice cakes. I have had rice cakes a bunch in the past. This is a flavor that I have never had before. This is cinnamon toast. Rice cakes seem to be like a really good go-to snack for vegans. They have lots of different flavors. They're only 90 calories a cake, which is great. And I recently tried one of these and it was pretty good. I know a lot of people put like peanut butter on them, and yeah, it just seems to be a great go-to snack. Another go-to for vegans is garbanzo beans. This can be used for a lot of things. I think I picked up 2 or 3 cans of these because I like to put them in pasta. I like to eat them by themselves. I believe that they can even be turned into like hummus as well, like homemade hummus. So these are a go-to. I think these were only like 90 cents a can. Obviously something that I had to get were oats. And I got 2 different kinds. I got Quaker and I got this like Kroger brand oats. This one I got from Pavilions. I believe it was a little bit more expensive, but then I went to Ralph's and I saw these were on sale for like $1.10, and I go through a lot of oatmeal, so I picked up another one. And yeah, I don't know what, I guess this brand is called Rebel. This specific one is a turmeric protein shake. I had this one this morning. It has turmeric, ginger, cardamom, and coconut milk. And I have another one in there somewhere that's a chocolate one that has like 18 grams of protein, which is awesome. Another thing I picked up are these coconut flakes, which this is actually my first time buying coconut flakes, but I've seen them used a lot in oatmeal and cookies and things like that, and I really like coconut, so these were only a couple dollars. I have never had this soup before, but I tend to buy this brand a lot because they're usually vegetarian or vegan, and this is a Thai coconut soup. It has coconut milk, shiitake mushrooms, and sweet potatoes, and I'm really excited to try it. Amy's is a pretty trustworthy brand for the most part, so yeah, I'm really excited to try this soup. I picked up some dark chocolate chips. I had to look through quite a bit of chocolate chips in order to find ones that did not have any milk or dairy. These only have chocolate, liqueur, sugar, soy, cocoa butter, and vanilla extract. I buy these because I like to make homemade cookies. I don't know why I can't find any vegan cookie dough anywhere, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna have to start making my own homemade cookies, and a lot of the recipes call for dark chocolate chips. So I had to search for a few minutes before I found these, but I'm glad I did. They were only a couple dollars at Ralph's, and I'm planning on making some homemade cookies with them, so stay tuned for a video about that. Another recent discovery that I have had are Bobos, which are vegan and they are super good. One of the biggest things I miss is pastries, and these are kind of like the closest thing to a pastry that I can find that's not specifically a vegan pastry. These are amazing. I literally had never even heard of these until a few months ago, but apparently they've been around for a while. They're basically just like oat bars, and this specific flavor is lemon poppy seed, but I had one the other day that was maple pecan. I've had chocolate chip, peanut butter. There's lots of different flavors. They're homemade in Colorado and they're super delicious, and the whole brand is vegan, so I highly recommend buying these. They are a little bit on the expensive side. They're like $3 each, but sometimes you can find them for like $2. But they're really good and they're very filling. The next thing I bought are Sprouts. I don't know why I like these so much because they don't even necessarily have a taste. I think it's just a texture thing, but I really like adding these to wraps and sandwiches, and I put this on my avocado toast this morning. It was super delicious. I don't think I even have it in this haul, but I also bought a everything bagel seasoning that I got from, I think it was from Pavilions, but I made avocado toast this morning with the bread that I showed you and these Sprouts and the everything bagel seasoning, and it was so good. So I might actually add that into a video later on. But yeah, I don't know why I like Sprouts so much. These were just a couple dollars at Pavilions, so I have a hard time finding that specific type of Sprouts. I can find bean sprouts a lot, but I don't really care for those. I'm more like the alfalfa Sprouts, and I finally found some, and I was super happy about that. This is a somewhat recent discovery as well. These are Morningstar Buffalo Chick Patties. I have had the regular chick patties a few times in the past, and they're super delicious, and they're the closest thing to chicken that I can find. But these are buffalo flavored ones, and they're honestly even better than the regular chickpea patties, and you can see at the top that they are vegan. They're completely plant-based, and they are very good. I actually put Sprouts on these as well sometimes, and yeah, I'm obsessed with these. It's only like $4 for 4 patties, and honestly, like one patty, if you make it into a sandwich, is enough for a meal. So if you think about it, it's actually not that expensive. And you can find those at Target, Walmart, like Trader Joe's, pretty much any grocery store. The next thing I'm gonna get into is vitamins. I have been taking a lot of vitamins lately, especially because of the health crisis in the world right now. I've been taking a lot of vitamin B and a lot of vitamin D, and sometimes vitamin C as well. But the two that I bought these recently are vitamin B12, which I've heard is very important for vegans to take. I take 2 of these a day, and then I have recently been taking vitamin D as well, which is supposed to be for bone and immune health. So yeah, I take these both every day, and I think they were like, I think this one was like $5 and this one's like 10. But you know, vitamins are important right now, so I just wanted to include that in there. The next thing I got is pretty obvious. Bananas are super important for vegans. We use these like a lot. I mostly use bananas for smoothies and banana toast, so mostly at breakfast. Sometimes I'll have like banana homemade cookies for dessert, so these are important for that as well, obviously. But yeah, you can pretty much find bananas anywhere. This is my second Rebel shake. It's dark cocoa, vanilla, and coconut milk. These are good for breakfast. I usually work out and then drink like some sort of protein shake or smoothie every morning, so I have this one right here. This is definitely more on the expensive side and not a necessity, but I really like cheese, and it's been one of the hardest things for me to go without, so I do tend to buy Daiya cheese, which is the non-dairy cheese, kind of like the main non-dairy cheese brand out there. It's soy-free, it's gluten-free. I tend to buy the mozzarella shreds, and I put these on like nachos or wraps or sandwiches or anything like that. These are, like I said, more on the expensive side. I think this package is like $5 or $6, but If you think about it, regular cheese shreds are like $4, so it's not that much more. So this is kind of like a luxury for me. Sometimes I buy this because I really want some cheese. The next thing that I bought are pickles. These are kind of just like an easy non-dairy snack to have. Not much to say about it, but I think I got these from either Pavilions or Ralph's. But yeah, again, an easy snack to have, hummus and pretzels. I usually find these for like $3 or $4, which I think is too much, but they were on sale at Ralph's for only like $2, so I thought that I would get one because it's kind of like an easy snack to have. The next thing that I have are zucchini fries. These were actually pretty cheap. They were only $3, and you can tell there is a lot in here. This is probably like 3 or 4 servings of zucchini fries. I'm probably just gonna like put some oil on these and some seasoning and pop them in the oven. It's gonna be more of a dinner item, obviously, but I really like zucchini and I'm excited for this, and I honestly think this was a really good deal. I believe I got this from Pavilions. I have this broccoli and cauliflower medley right here, which I tend to usually just roast, or I'll have with hummus as a snack. Pretty simple. I have a lemon because I like to put this on my avocado toast, but I also have been drinking a lot of lemon water lately for detoxing, and I also have been doing intermittent fasting for the past week-ish, so I tend to drink a lot of lemon water during my fasting period, so a lemon has been kind of important for me to have lately. Next up, I have diced tomatoes, which mostly I just use this for like nachos or vegetable soup. And then I have black beans, which again I use for either nachos or vegetable soup, or I guess like more like vegetable chili. But I also just eat these by themselves a lot because I really like black beans. And I got the low sodium kind because there tends to be quite a bit of sodium in canned beans. So I specifically looked out for a low sodium brand at Pavilions. So I just have this bag of white rice, which I have not opened yet or used, but I have been eating a lot of rice since I stopped eating dairy, so obviously it's important to have. I like white rice more than brown rice, and I believe it's more healthy. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. This bag was like $3 or $4. You can definitely find it for cheaper, but this is like an organic brand, and this is from Pavilions, which Pavilions is not super cheap. It's definitely not as cheap as Trader Joe's or Ralph's, but they tend to have like better brands, it seems like, and more options. So this right here is something that I got. I have green tea, which I believe I think I got this from Pavilions as well. Like I said, I've been doing intermittent fasting, so hot tea is something I've been drinking a lot during fasting periods. And this one is caffeinated, so I tend to drink this one in the morning. Yeah. Next two things, very simple, avocado, and then I have some turmeric root here, which mostly used for drinks, but sometimes other things as well. And then the last thing I have is this maple agave syrup. I've mostly been using this on oatmeal, and I think I've put it in like a shake a couple of times as well. But this is Trader Joe's brand, and I think this was only a couple dollars. All in all, Trader Joe's is usually my favorite place to shop. They seem to have the cheapest things, and they seem to have a lot of bulk items. But it's been really interesting to shop during this whole pandemic and this quarantine experience. I have definitely been buying a lot more at once than I usually would, just so I don't have to go out as much. These are just some of the things I would recommend buying because they can each be used for multiple things. I'm definitely not the type of person that buys like individual meals because that gets super expensive. I more like to buy things that I can use multiple times for multiple things. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I hope you are staying safe during quarantine, and I will see you in my next video.